Hi CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this a really easy rainbow granny square. So this rainbow is done within the granny square, and then you just make these little clouds and you sew them on. So let's get into our materials, but I would like to ask you first to please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notify me bell below if you haven't already, so that you could get notified of my future videos. And please like and share. Sharing helps more than anything, and I appreciate it so much, okay? For our materials today, I'm using a 5mm hook. You will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. I am using cotton yarn. I'm using a variegated cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby. This is called Brights, okay? So I'm using that. I'm also using some other cotton yarns, these as well. And I think they're just their basic crafter cotton yarns from Hobby Lobby. Let's get started on our tutorial. So we're gonna start with our blue color that you see right here in the middle. And we're going to start with a magic circle. And then we're gonna chain up 2. 1 and 2. And that chain of 2 doesn't count for anything, okay? And it won't throughout this project, because when we come around to slip stitch, when we're done with this round, we're not going to slip stitch into this. We're going to slip stitch into our first stitch. So then we're going to go into the magic circle and we're going to work 12 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then you can pull tight on your magic circle, and like I said before, we're going to ignore this chain of 2. We're going to slip stitch to our first double crochet. So I'm going to go right in here to our first double crochet. I'm going to pull my yarn through and pull through the loop on my hook, okay? Now we're going to chain 2 again. And then in this first stitch right here, we're going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and work 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and work 2 double crochets. 1. But then when we go to work our second one, we're going to pull up, and we're only going to go through our first 2 loops because we're going to bring our other color in now. And the way that we're going to bring it in is we're going to finish that last double crochet there with the new color. Now this is a variegated yarn, so I'm just using the colors as they come out, okay? So then I'm going to pull this new color through just like this, these 2 loops. And I'm not going to pull really tightly. And then I'm going to make a knot with the blue yarn and the new green yarn that I'm using, hopefully keeping it on your hook, unlike me. So again, I'm going to pull in my green yarn, turn over my work, and I'm going to make a knot with this green yarn and with the blue yarn while this is still on my hook. Just like this. And then I'm going to work over that as I go. I'm also going to work over my blue yarn because I'm going to pick that up here in a little bit, okay? So I'm going to be working over this green piece to work it in, and also the blue piece because I want to use it further on, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 double crochets in this new color in my next stitch. So there's 1 and 2. And then I'm going to go into my next and put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then I'm going to go into my next stitch and put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And into my next, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And into my next, I'm going to put 2. And in my next, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. And then what I can see here is that I have 3 stitches left. So I want to stop here because I want to finish with my blue in these last 3 double crochets. So I'm going to undo this last double crochet I did to where there's only 2 loops left. And we're going to do just like we did before, but now we've already got the blue here. So I'm just going to pull the blue up that we've been working over and pull it through those last 2 loops. Then I'm going to work 2 double crochets in the blue color and the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to go to my next stitch, work 2 double crochets, into my next stitch, work 2 double crochets, and into my next and work 2 double crochets. And then just like before, I'm going to ignore this chain of 2 and I'm going to slip stitch into my top of my first double crochet. Just like that. Then you can turn your work over and you can cut off. You can either knot those, work those in later, totally depends on what you're using this for. You definitely don't want to knot if you're selling this, making it part of a blanket or anything like that, okay? So we still have our blue on now. We've got these pieces that we've worked in back here. And then we're going to chain 2 again. And in the same space, we're going to put 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 2 double crochets. And then you're going to go into the next and put 1 double crochet, go into the next and put 2 double crochets. Then you're going to go into the next and put 1 double crochet, and you're going to go into the next and put 2 double crochets. But on your second double crochet, you're going to start your double crochet going through these first 2 loops, but you're not going to go through the other 2. And then we're going to bring our color back in again. So right through here, we're going to finish that off by pulling that color through, keeping that on our hook. We're going to knot the back, just like this. Then we're going to be working over our blue and our yellow yarn. And we're going to keep doing that sequence that we started. So we're going to go into our next stitch and put 1 double crochet, and go into the next and put 2 double crochets. Making sure to work over our pieces, and especially our blue yarn. In the next stitch 1, and the next stitch 2. And the next stitch 1. And the next stitch 2. And the next stitch 1. And the next stitch 2. And the next stitch 1. And the next stitch 2. and the next stitch 1 double crochet, and the next stitch 2. And for this one, we're going to work the first double crochet normally, and then the second one we're going to pull up and only go through the first 2 loops. Then, since we've been working over our blue yarn, we're going to pull the blue yarn back through. You can tighten up a little bit on that yellow orange, and now we're going to keep going with our pattern, the 1 and 2. So we're going to go into our next stitch with the blue now, put 1 double crochet, go into the next, put 2 double crochet, go into the next, put 1, go into the next and put 2, go into the next, put 1, go into the next and put 2. Now I have worked all these ends in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. But remember, if your stitches aren't really tight, they can still come undone. So, you know, when you're working single crochets and you're working over stuff, that's a really tight stitch, but this is cotton and it's double crochet. So even if you work over them, you sometimes still might have to work them in. So now we're going to slip stitch to close to our first double crochet, just like we've been doing. And now we're going to chain 2 again. We're going to go into the same stitch where we just chained 2 above, and we're going to put 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 2 double crochet. So that's the sequence for this one. You go into the next and put 1 double crochet. You go into the next, put 1 double crochet. Then you go into the next and put 2 double crochets. One double crochet, your next stitch and put 1 double crochet. Into the next you're going to put 2, but remember we're going to work the first one normally, and the second one we're going to stop after we go through those first 2 loops. Then we're going to bring in our other color. And then we're going to tie a knot in the back, just like that. We're going to be working over that pink yarn and over the blue, okay? So then we're just going to continue on with our sequence. So we're going to go into our next stitch and put 1 double crochet, into the next and put 1 double crochet, and into the next you're going to put 2 double crochets. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way to where the color ends. And then when you get to this last one, you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1. But in the second one, you're only going to pull through 2. And then you're going to pull this blue through again. Tighten up a little bit. And then we're just going to keep working that same sequence all the way down. So into your next stitch, you're going to put 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch, 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch, 2 double crochets. And the next 1 double crochet. And the next 1 double crochet. And the next 2. And the next 1 double crochet. And the next 1 double crochet. And then you will end on 2 double crochets. And then you will join to the top of your first double crochet, not the chain of 2. Go ahead and cut off right here. I think it'd be the easiest thing to do would be to cut off, because we need to come in at a certain spot to make this rainbow in the middle of your work. So go ahead and pull that through. And then what I want you to do is turning on its side here. So here's the rainbow from the top. We're going to turn it on its side like this. And starting from where the color changes here into the blue, we're going to count over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And into the 7th stitch is where we're going to bring in the blue back. So I'm bringing the blue back in right here. And I'm going to chain up 2. This time that does count as a double crochet. Then into that same stitch where we just chained 2, we're going to put another double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and put 1 double crochet. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and put 1/2 double crochet. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and put 1/2 double crochet. Then we're going to work 4 single crochets across. So 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and 1 single crochet in the next. Then you're going to work a 1/2 double crochet in your next stitch, a 1/2 double crochet in your next stitch. Then you're going to work 1 double crochet. Then in your next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then in the next stitch, put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So there is a corner and there is a corner. And you're going to repeat that all the way around just the way I did it, but I'm going to show you again, okay? So again, you're going to go, you finish this corner, you're going to go into your next stitch and you're going to put 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1/2 double crochet. Into the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet. Then you're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to put a 1/2 double crochet in your next stitch, a 1/2 double crochet in your next stitch, and a double crochet in the next. Then you're going to do a corner, so you're going to go into your next stitch and put 2 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 1, and into the next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. Just like that. And again, you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1 double crochet. Into your next stitch, put 1/2 double crochet. Into your next stitch, put 1/2 double crochet. And then do 4 single crochets across. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then do 2 1/2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then do 1 double crochet. Then do 2 double crochets. Then chain 1. In your next stitch, put 2 double crochets. And then you'll start all over again for the top. So then you'll go into your next stitch and you'll put 1 double crochet. You'll go into your next stitch and put 1/2 double crochet. Go into your next stitch and put 1/2 double crochet. And then you're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to do 2 1/2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And then you're going to end with 1 double crochet. And then you're going to join to the top of your first chain here. Your first chain of 2. Okay, just like that. And that's the way that you begin this granny square. Now, when you're first doing this first round, getting it square, it's not always going to look completely square. So you always want to do another round to get it really good and squared off, okay? So now we're right here, right where we're about to start a corner here. So we're just going to chain up 2. We're going to go into our next stitch and put 1 double crochet. Then we're in a corner and we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Then you're going to work a double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So on the top of each double crochet, you're working another double crochet. And then when you get to your corner, you're going to make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And then you're going to work double crochets all the way across the top, work your corner, come back around, and just keep doing that. And when we get close to the end, I'll meet you back up in just a second. Okay, so I've worked all the way around with my double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch right to the top of my first chain of 2. And then I'm going to cut off, leaving a long enough piece to work in. Just like that. And we're going to make our little clouds now. So I'm going to pull out this cream colored yarn here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. And then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then in the second chain from the hook, you're going to put 1 single crochet. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then in our last stitch, right here, we're going to put 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you can pull tight. And then we're going to work back going this way. But here we've got a stitch, here we've got a stitch, here we've got a stitch, and here we've got a stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to work a single crochet in our next 3 stitches, okay? So I'm just going to go right into here and put 1 single crochet, and into my next, put 1 single crochet, and into my next, put 1 single crochet, and then we've got 1 stitch left right here, and into that stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, just like that. So this is what it looks like. And all around you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 stitches, okay? So then we're going to go right here to our first stitch, right here, and we're going to slip stitch to close that round, just like this, just to make it circular, okay? Then we're going to chain 2. That does count as our first double crochet. Then we're going to go into this next stitch right here. So that double crochet counts over that stitch. We're going to go into the next one and we're going to put a double crochet. Then we're going to go into our next stitch and put a double crochet. And after we make that double crochet, we're going to chain 2. And right where we made this double crochet, we're going to go right back in there and work a slip stitch. Okay? Then we're going to chain 2. We're going to go into our next stitch and put a double crochet. Into our next stitch and put a double crochet. And then you're going to chain 2. Go back into the stitch where you just made that double crochet and make a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 2. Go into your next stitch and put a double crochet. Go into your next stitch and put a double crochet. And then you're going to chain 2. Right where you made this double crochet, you're going to go right back into that same space and make a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 2. Go into your next stitch, put a double crochet. Go into your next stitch, put a double crochet. Chain 2. and into the last double crochet here that you just did, into that stitch, make a slip stitch. And again, chain 2, go into your next stitch, work a double crochet, go into your next stitch, work a double crochet, chain 2, go back into the last stitch and work a slip stitch. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these bumps here, and you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you need one more. So you're going to chain 2, go into your next stitch, work a double crochet, go into your next stitch, work a double crochet, and this is your last stitch. Then you're going to chain 2, go right back where you just did that double crochet and make a slip stitch. And now you've completed this really pretty little cloud. You can pull in the back too to make it a little bit tighter. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off, leaving a piece long enough to work into our project, okay? And like I said, you will need 2 of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this through with a chain 1 to close. And I'm going to go ahead and work this in the back. And then what I want to do is I want to work this into the middle of my work, okay? So the back of my work, I want to turn that over and I want to work this through to the middle of that. So I'm just going to go over here, working through the back so I don't mess up the front of my cloud. And I just want to get through to the middle so I'm not on the side. And then what I like to do is I like to place these right about here. So I've got 2 of my pieces up and they're right under where the rainbow starts, just like this. And then what you can do is you can use a stick pin. But I don't have any stick pins with me, but I do have a bobby pin. So I'm actually going to use my bobby pin to hold this exactly where I want it to be on my work, just like that. And then I can crochet it into place. So this is right here in the middle, so I'm going to go through the back and then I'm going to go through the front with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crochet back and forth because I don't want to go around all my edges, because if I do that, I'm going to lose the definition of my cloud. So I'm just going to put some stitches in the middle, just like this, going in and out. So where I'm comfortable that it'll stay put. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These would make great little kid purses, blankets, baby blankets, anything you can think of. These would be great pot holders. They just look really cute anywhere, okay? So if you need any help or anything, don't hesitate to ask. You can ask below in the comment section, of course, here on YouTube. But if you're not comfortable with that, I have a Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They're all in the description box below. And yeah, come visit me over there too, guys. Okay, so I'll see you for our next video. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.